guys, welcome to Vegelicious. Thank you for joining me. Easter's not too far away, so I used to make this really delicious carrot cake with nice frosting, and it had a lot of sugar in it and some eggs, and now I'm trying to make a vegan carrot cake for you, and then we will see. We'll put it to the test if it's almost as good, worse, or even better. Let's look at the ingredients. I already prepared most of it. These are some chopped walnuts, chopped ground carrots that I put a little bit of lime juice into so they wouldn't turn brown for the video. Then I have some bananas that I'm going to mash up to replace some of the sugar. I have some coconut milk. You can use other plant milk. And then here I have my flour that's mixed with some chufa flour that I always like to use for fluffiness, and it has a kind of a crunch to it, almost as if you're biting into some coconut flakes. I don't know how to better explain it. And then some baking powder and baking soda, pinch of salt. Then I have a bit of plant oil, not too much, a bit of brown sugar, and some vanilla extract. And then for spices, I'm using some ginger. You could also use fresh ginger. That gives it a nice zing. And some cloves and some cinnamon. I don't like nutmeg, but you can add it if you like it. And I have the zest of a lime. I'm really a lime lover. You could use the zest of an orange. And this is about it. So let's get to those bananas. So just mash my banana. I don't know how people always do that with forks. I don't like chunks on there at all. I want this to be really homogeneous. Look at that. And then we're going to put all of these wet ingredients together. So the bananas, the plant milk, oh yeah, important detail, I already mixed in 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to make this curdle and give it a buttermilk-like consistency. Oh wow, see how that works? Oh no, you missed it. I'm sorry. Out of sight. All right. Then adding the oil to this. This may work with flax eggs as well, but there are no flax eggs in this recipe, which I like because I don't like making flax eggs. They get very stiff and sticky, and they're hard to incorporate. I usually use more water than they tell me to. So this is about it for the wet ingredients. Now just adding some vanilla extract. Actually, could use some rum extract or some rum in this recipe. That would be really delicious. Let me try to find some. Okay, I didn't find any. So now mixing up my wet ingredients. Okay. Now I'm putting in the dry ingredients, giving them a stir. There's some lumps in there from the chufa flour. Make sure it's nice and smooth. I really love this nutty aroma from the roasted chufa flour. Try it. Never tried it before. It has a lot of fiber in it, not too much protein, but really a high fiber content. Now adding the chopped walnuts. They still have a bit of crunch to them, which I like, but you could grind them finely if you prefer. So, oh, almost forgot my spices. Here we go. The brown sugar. Wow, guys, the smell is just amazing. It's like Christmas is coming back for Easter. Love it. Adding the carrots now. A lot of carrots. Now I'm going to pour in my wet ingredients. Make sure you get it all in there. And then carefully stir. If you mix this, you're going to end up with a really dense, like dough that sticks to the palate. Very disgusting. What I haven't told you yet is that I'm making muffins today. But you can as well pour this into a baking dish and bake it all together like a cake. This is coming along nicely. Look at that. Very nice and smooth. Mmm. Delicious. I just pray my daughter won't be able to detect the bananas I've smuggled in there, but she's really good at that, so keep your fingers crossed for me. Now we're going to portion this out with an ice cream ball maker into the muffin tins. Oops, and I just realized I forgot all about my wonderful lime zest. So, it's going in now. Saving some for garnish. Now with the addition of the lime zest, the smell has become divine. I can't wait to have these for dessert. Okay, just, yeah, maybe even a bit less, because they're going to rise, whoops, especially with the baking soda. That was too much. And then we're going to put on a delicious frosting. So they're going in the oven, and once they've cooled down, we will be back with the frosting. Alright, for the frosting, there's a lot to be said about that. Now, me not having been vegan or mostly plant-based for a long time, because I'm not really 100% plant-based because of all my intolerances, I'm very critical when it comes to some vegan food, because I'm used to eating delicious food. I'm very spoiled. I love cooking. I love eating. I've traveled all over the world, and I just don't want to make any compromises on taste. Okay, so forgive me if I'm being critical here. I bought this cream cheese. It's based on almonds. I can't really eat almonds, but eating soy is worse, so this is the one I have to settle for. I'm going to mix it with some coconut cream so I don't have to use that much of the almond. Honestly, I smelled this yesterday. I think it's pretty disgusting. At least it has nothing in common with real cream cheese. The tartness is missing and the acidity, and nah. Okay, so I'm hoping to pimp this up to a point where I am satisfied eating it with some vanilla paste and some cinnamon and some yummy maple syrup. I really need the flavor here, even though it has sugar as well. Otherwise, I would take yacon syrup, but I really need this good flavor of the maple to level out this cream cheese. And then I'm going to be using lots of lime zest for the same purpose. And let's go. Okay, so the one thing it has in common with the real cream cheese is the saltiness, but that's about it. I've scraped in the solid parts of my coconut cream into this container together with the cream cheese. I would highly advise you to use full-fat coconut cream. Unfortunately, I'm out of it, so hopefully I won't regret using that. Okay, consistency is very, very nice and firm, and I already added my maple syrup. I splurged a bit with it because I only used 80 grams of sugar for these muffins. Let me count them. Oh yeah, it's about 5.7 grams of sugar, let's say 6 for each muffin, and now I added some maple syrup, about 4 tablespoons, and the maple syrup has turned this cream cheese around, guys. It's unbelievably delicious. No more taste of the weird cream cheese, just a sweetness, creaminess, and now I'm adding the lime zest and saving some for garnish again, and some cinnamon. Let's see, maybe about half a teaspoon. Can always add more later, right? As you can see, the cinnamon has somewhat darkened the color of my frosting. If you don't want that, you could just dab on some cinnamon once you spread on the frosting, more like a garnish thing, okay? Or you can just leave the cinnamon out altogether and just make it more like a lime maple frosting. The frosting is now going in the fridge to settle. The muffins just came out of the oven and the whole room smells like Oktoberfest, I swear to God. Like the roasted almonds you can buy there with the cinnamon. Wow. As you can see, I'm piping out my frosting right now. If you're in a sloppy, lazy, or hungry mood, you can skip this step. You just take a spoon and spread on some of the frosting, just like so. And then sprinkle on some of the lime zest. The frosting is a bit soft for piping, I tell you. Now, if you used a buttercream, like quote vegan buttercream frosting with a lot of powdered sugar, you would achieve a lot firmer consistency. But I already told you why I'm avoiding it in this recipe, trying to keep this a bit more healthy. And here you can see all of our muffins. Some of them have zest on them. I didn't have enough zest for all of them. And I dabbed a bit of cinnamon, a little sprinkling of cinnamon onto these babies here so you can see them without the wrapper. And now the moment of truth. As I promised you, I'm going to try one of these babies. It's going to be messy, I know. Oh God. Oh. Yum yum. Look at this. Super moist, fluffy. Oh. Sorry, so this is an example of a dish that can be made vegan and be successful and even be better than the original. So I hope you try this at home, have fun with it. Thank you for joining me, and see you again soon on Vegelicious. Bye!